Good morning or afternoon or evening, depending on where you live. How is everyone? Let me get to my other computer and see, get to the chat. Hi, QP. Hi, Korrie. Korrie's first. How is everybody? Oh, I'm doing okay. It's Mother's Day tomorrow here. I don't think, when do you guys have Mother's Day? Is it tomorrow as well, or is it some other day? Probably some Mother's Day. Hi, Master Richie. How are you? But anyway, I didn't know. Do you guys have a different Mother's Day than I'm sure you do. When is Australia's? Hi, Wake Up News. Now, one of the things like when I first came on, and I want you guys to listen for this sometimes, is that I've been noticing in some of my broadcasts, and I've been noticing this ever since I did an interview with Guy Fawkes' channel. It's like an hour and a half long interview. But, it is tomorrow as well for you, Korrie. Cool. I didn't know if Australia followed like UK, because I don't think theirs is tomorrow, is it? But anyway, I didn't know if you followed theirs or America's or what, or had a totally different one. But but anyway, so yours is tomorrow too, QP? Okay. But anyway, ever since I noticed, since my interview with Guy Fawkes, that was like an hour and a half long. You should check it out sometime if you're bored. But anyway, I noticed that like there's like sometimes in my videos and stuff, there's like this kind of like a banging. And see, I noticed that yesterday when I replayed the first part of my broadcast yesterday. It's just like, it's like I'm kind of like it's kind of like this. I'm going to bang on my computer right now. Like that in the background. And it's weird because there shouldn't be a sound like that, in any of my videos, unless, well, like right now I'm running the washer and the dryer, so that would be different. But I'm just wondering, like, if you guys hear that again, just tell me about it, because it bothers me, because there shouldn't be sounds like that. And the reason, I'm thinking that, it could be, demons or something. I don't want to scare you. Oh, you hear it all the time, Korrie. Yeah. Well, see, like right now I'm doing washer and dryer, so that would be, I understand that. But yeah, I'm not doing anything. And see, that's the weird part, is like, where is that noise coming from? And I've noticed it ever since, I first did that interview. And it just, yeah, it bugs me a lot. So, okay, great. All right, so let's get into this, what I want to get into today, which is artificial intelligence. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but Boston Dynamics robots are learning how to run outside and navigate autonomously. So, like, there's this video of just like, all this robot just running, just running and moving around by himself. I'm not going to play the video. And then the robot's name is Atlas, and it's just going for a jog. It looks pretty natural. It jumps over a log. Can do backflips. To me, it's kind of scary, really. I mean, I don't know. We're getting into Terminator territory here, in my opinion. But I mean, this stuff is scary. Now I'm going to just kind of go through the stuff I want to go through, and then I'll go back to the chat because I get distracted by the chat. So I'm not going to, I'll call out everybody when I go back. Okay, so the next one I wanted to look at was, let's see. It'll come to it. The computer's slow. Okay, now, I don't know if you saw this one. This Google's reservation making robot sounds totally terrifyingly human. Okay, I listened to this, you guys, and you cannot tell that they're robot voices at all. You can, I mean, I listened to these, and I swear to God, you cannot tell it's not a human. In fact, one of them had like a really thick, like Asian type accent for like a reservation taker at an Asian restaurant. I mean, there's no way. There's no way you could tell that they weren't human voices, you know, unless maybe you had computer equipment or something hooked up to it. Yeah, but I mean, just to the human ear, there's just it does not. I mean, you cannot tell. Okay. So I think that's scary. And also what I think is scary about that too is they have that voice thing now where basically, like, you know, since my voice is online, Korrie's voice is online, you know, whoever puts their voice on the internet somehow, they can now mimic your voice and, like, you know, call your family, you know, pretending that you're you now. I mean, just like, you know, kind of in Terminator, how, you know, Arnie could do that and stuff. You know, but that's pretty scary, you know, to me. All right. All right. What's next? I've got several things here, and then I'll go to the chat, and then we can talk about it as a group. But yeah, it's very, very, very scary. I listened to these, and, you know, I'm not going to play it on here because I don't know, but this is from Eater. So if you just, you know, reservation making robot, put in Eater, you'll be able to find it. Okay. Okay, then now they're going to have, now this is going to be in Australia, Korrie, this Hybrid World Conference in Adelaide. I don't know if you've heard about it, or I'm assuming it. I didn't look it up to see if it was Australia, but I was assuming that it was Australia. But look at this. It's connecting the dots to spark AI consciousness. Oh my gosh. I mean, you know. Okay, let me get down to it. Okay, one of the guys that's going to be there is a former program director of DARPA. Neener. You know, they start doing these things where, you know, it'll come across as to help people. Like, for instance, it says, you know, it wants to develop a brain machine interface, you know, to connect to quadriplegic via 100 wires so they can operate prosthetic limbs. You know, so it's going to sound good, you know. But and then instead of the brain machine interface, actually interlace is what there is. They developed a less invasive implant. So there's your chip for you. It's intended to be a universal implant that can interface with all the different parts of your brain. All right, so there's that. And then there's something down here that I wanted to read out too. Consciousness at the root of evolutionary advantage. Something down here I wanted to talk about. What was it? Darn it. There's one more thing I wanted to say about it, or maybe that was... Yeah, it is on Australia. All right. Well, I can't find it. Oh, I know where it. Never mind. This next one is where it was at the bottom. Okay. So this one is, I don't know if you've heard about it. This came out last year. The New Church of the AI God. Okay. This is weird, you guys, because listen to this stuff. Okay. Yeah, the church is called Way of the Future. And there's something specific I wanted. Okay, it suggests celestial pretensions. It says, Way of the Future is about creating a peaceful and respectful transition of who is in charge of the planet from people to people plus machines, meaning hybrids. It says, we want to help educate people about this exciting future and prepare a smooth transition. Transition for what? Okay. All right. We want to talk about how machines will integrate into society and that the whole process can be amicable and non-confrontational. Okay. Let's see. There's other stuff here too. Just a second. Let me get to it and then I'll go to the chat. Okay. Let's see. Where is it? Okay. Oh, darn it. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. We believe it may be important for machines to see who is friendly to their cause and who is not. We plan on doing so by keeping track of who has done what and for how long to help the peaceful and respectful transition. Okay? All right, so now I'll go back up into the chat. All right. Yeah, but okay. Let's see. They want something to inhabit that's not human. Well, yeah. I think they're still trying to get into humans as well, though. Wake Up News. Yeah, it is like a Vietnamese accent, that restaurant order taker. It's some kind of Asian accent, and it sounds exactly, I mean, it's got a really thick English Asian type accent. I think it was Vietnamese, yeah. John Connor, yep. Welcome, John Stucca. Welcome, Truth and Light. Yeah, I get a $40 phone. I don't get all these fancy smartphones at all because I figure, if I drop it in the river or whatever, I mean, I just get like the cheapest phone I can that does the job, which is about a $40 phone. And it's still a smartphone. I mean, I can still connect to the internet. But oh, you're in Australia too, Truth and Light? Yeah, I mean, so you guys could go see what that all about. I wonder when that was. Let me see. When was it? July. Okay, so I'll leave it there for now. Nothing new under the sun. What was will be. See, that's what I think too. I think all this has happened before, and I think there was AI clear back in the ancient Egyptian days. And that's I'm going to get into that a little bit more too here in a minute. But I want to go through this chat. Hi, Craig Craig says, yes, we are very close to many people taking these implants to connect their brains to the web. Right, exactly. And, you know, that's, I'm never going to do it, you know, willingly anyways. Okay. Man, there's a lot of people from Australia, you know. Let's see, there's Bluebeard, Korrie, Truth and Light, and then Digital Intel. I like him as well. I'm trying to think. Well, QP's in Palau. That's not too far off. It's not gonna. If it's mandatory, I'll die first. Hi, Charles. They won't. I know they won't even have to. The people pushed on people are exactly right, or people just take it because they'll think, "Oh, cool," you know. I can just download information straight into my brain, you know. They'll just think it's awesome. No, not for me. Not willingly, anyway. Okay, Craig says the younger generation is more likely to think that this technology is going to be awesome. Yep. Well, and I've told I've told people in my broadcast before that my son that's what he's studying. You know, is he's studying for his master's in computer science and specifically artificial intelligence, and he's going to be involved in like cybersecurity for the government and stuff like that. It scares me. I kind of wish he wouldn't have done that. Really. Let's see. Oh, tacos sound good, Charles. Although it's only, 10 till 6 my time. Okay, let's see. Can I play what? Oh, play the audio of the restaurant taker? Yeah, just a second. Let's see. I believe that the powers that be will make it mandatory. Or are you talking about this one? Okay, let's see. Well, yeah. Okay, Craig says, I believe that the powers that be will make it mandatory, and the only way to use money will be digital and through computers. Cashless society is so very close already. Well, yeah, I mean, the whole Bitcoin and all that, it's going to be, it's going to happen. And what's interesting is I wish I would have thought to brought this up, but there's an article where, or no, I saw it on a YouTube video, but I could probably find the article online where she was talking about like several states and countries because of some weird thing about data mining for Bitcoin and using the blockchain and all that. I mean, they're using like electricity at just a massive, massive level, I guess. Show the 44444 that showed up on one of my videos. It was a commercial that ended up the front cover of the video. Huh. Oh, it's pretty, Adelaide's pretty far from you, Korrie. Couple-hour plane ride. Hi, Sportster One. John stuck. Wait until it's something other than AI communicating and entrapped into. Well, that's what I was getting at. That's what I wanted to talk about at the end of when I get to the end of the chat, because that's what I feel is happening, probably, possibly already. Even is that and see they're going to be pushing all this stuff on us, and I feel like fallen angels or demons have already inhabited some parts of AI and also, or could soon. And then also I think there's going to be some kind of alien invasion where, they're going to, it'll look like an alien invasion, but it's really, what it really is fallen angels or demons, in my opinion. Darn it, it keeps scrolling up weird. Wake Up News is in the UK. Charles says 444 indication you'll be surrounded by angels. Hi, Jetrix. Craig, so many already hooked up or hooked on to video games and rely on their cell phones for everything. I know. I ask someone a question and they go to the cell phone for answers. I know. I long for the days of just going to the encyclopedia or, talking with people or just talking about it. Like, well, I think it was remember this rather than just, Googling it right away and stuff like that. Yeah, I knew I was going to be late this morning, but I wanted everybody to know I was going to be on. So I hope everybody, maybe went to the channel and saw the notification, or did you even get a notification before it started? Let me know that, please. Craig Gaddis, this is exactly what the Bible has been showing us for years upon years, the mark of the beast. It's going to be implemented. I agree with you 100%, Craig. I mean, I know not everyone feels as we do, but I do. And that's why I brought this up. Wake up news. I was in a stream yesterday and they thought that they could make it to heaven without Jesus. Well, yeah, I believe Jesus is the only way. I mean, that's my personal belief. I mean, I try to, you know, I try not to be like a Bible thumper because, it does drive people away. But if they could only know how much Jesus loves them, and that's all, it's not like what the church and religion, it appears to most people, if they could only know how much, Jesus is like, an all encompassing love. I mean, people say, that they have the love of their family or the love of their pet or the love of whatever, or even if you think the love of, just others in general or humanity or whatever, that is a love, but it's not the love of Jesus or God the Father, in my opinion. But okay, thanks, Corey. Sportster 1, there was a news report a few weeks ago here in England about using artificial DNA to store computer data to save space and not having massive servers, right? Yep. Yep. Yes. Charles. Yeah, I don't want to get into. Let's see. Okay, Charles has a video called Synchronicity. An alien invasion doesn't have to be physical, John says, right? It doesn't. But I think it's going to be both from the air and from AI, personally. I think that's what they're gearing up towards. In fact, let me go to my recordings because I recorded both of these last night. These are from both from History Channel, Ancient Aliens, which I've read or watched since it very first came out. But listen, this is the new episode that just came out last night. And this is what spawned me to do this whole, when I saw, when I see things shaping up to be like this, that's what made me want me to do this on here. But how humanity prepares in case of encountering alien life is brought into question. Okay, so that's the subject matter of Ancient Aliens last night. How humanity prepares in case of encountering alien life, which, I think there's going to be some kind of fake alien invasion because I don't think they're aliens. I think they're fallen angels or demons. And the other one was about a new episode on the Tesla files, the Colorado experiment, which, I live in Colorado, so I've always been interested in Tesla regardless. But when they go to Colorado Springs to search for remains of his lab and stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Craig, I believe chemtrails and electromagnetic microwave type energy in cell phones will hypnotize and control people's thoughts. People are acting like zombies already. Yes, 100% agree. Yep. Jesus is the answer. Charles says people have been acting like zombies for a long time. The ones that think outside the box are the ones that are being affected by this zombie apocalypse. I knew that's what you meant. Aren't being affected, right? Craig says we are being surrounded in a soup of ELF, electromagnetic waves, with all the cell towers and 5G. It's very nefarious. Yes. Yep. Oh. I just wish people could see how close everything is. And I know time is short. Yeah, time is very short. If you look at, in fact, I kind of I might go back and retitle this, Stay Calm, but Look Up. And by looking up, I mean, looking to God and Jesus. But I also mean by look up is look at the skies, look at these things that are happening. Go to I'm going to put their links in my description, but go to Mr. MBB333, his channel, WSO channels. Go to Naughty Beaver's channel. That's a prophecy channel, but he talks a lot about like what's happening in the sky. I mean, there's just tons of stuff that is anomalies that are, good morning, Lone Inkle. People need to look up, look into the sky, see what's happening, see the weird stuff. I mean, oh my gosh, that Hopi prophecy, even, with the twins, Naughty Beaver, he found some stuff where these like two balls, they look exactly alike and they almost look, alien or whatever. I don't know how to describe it. He found them in the sky, like clear back from a long time ago. And so like, I really feel like, things are coming to a head soon. Greg says the holographic technology is probably far ahead of what they are showing the public. When will the Antichrist be revealed? After a large-scale war? Will it be the one people with false peace? I think there is going to be some type of World War III, possibly. There's been a lot of predictions for it. And then if you go to the Bible, there'll be some kind of peace for 3.5 years. But then somebody will come in and set himself up, to be God or whatever. And then there'll be 3.5 years where everything hits the fan, I guess. So, okay. Do I believe that we have brothers and sisters from other galaxies? I'm not going to rule that out. The reason I'm not going to rule that out is because, in the Bible it says, I have sheep, not of this, not of the sheepfold or something like that. I have sheep, not of the sheepfold, meaning, I do believe that, that it's possible, that's the, I'm not going to rule it out either way, honestly. So, but yeah, I just, this AI stuff scares me. I think, it could be fallen angels or demons trying to get into it and have access to it by any means necessary, and everything's accelerating. So it's pretty, it's scary in a way, but, also in a way, I feel like, God loves us so much. I mean, if we just turn to him and look to him for everything, he'll get it. Well, that's one of the Bible verses is, oh shoot, I had it up yesterday, but I think I closed it out. Oh no, here it is. My computer will work. All right, I found it. Let's see, I just got to scroll down. I'm not on the, I'm on a different computer though doing this. Okay, it's, fear not, for I'm with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Okay, so that's Isaiah 41:10. And there's lots of scripture in Isaiah and about end times and stuff like that. But I don't think he wants us to be afraid, you know. I think he wants us to look to him in case some things like this happen. So, and they are happening already. Okay, now I've got to go back to the chat. Okay. Yeah, well, the church, I mean, there are a few good churches, but I mean, I think in general, the church isn't even for God anyways. So, yeah, I think that too. Wake up news, angels and demons can manifest in any form because, you know, I mean, they came as men in Bible times. I think they could probably, you know, come in the form of an animal or even just, you know, they're all around us anyway. They don't have to even manifest. They can all, you know, I think they're around us. Sorry, Korrie. Let's see. Yeah, trust Jesus. Yeah, Romans 8:28. I like that verse too. We know that all things work together for good to them that love God and are called according to his purpose. That's what I'm wondering about. Like, why can we see things? You know, the Mandela effect of the evil. You know, at first, you know, well, and I've talked about this before where I've seen it since like 1982, all this stuff, but I didn't know what was happening and it just confused me and made me think I was going crazy. But, you know, I think there's a purpose for all of us of why we can see it. We have, I think, something special to do or to recognize or to help other people when, you know, stuff hits the fan, you know, might be there to, you know, just to help other people not freak out because we've been freaking out for, you know, a few years and we're going to know how they're going to freak out, you know. Yeah, we do have to stay balanced, Charles. Yeah, you do, and I don't think you want to give into fear or anger of any kind, you know. We need to stay as positive as we can and love one another, you know. Trust no one and fear nothing. And you know, and for me, I would look to God, you know. Yeah. They don't look for the truth, right? I mean, because even if you don't have any religious background at all, you know, even just things going on in the world, if you just openly accept without questioning stuff, you know, you're just not very, I don't know, you're not a very smart individual. I've questioned things my whole life. Love conquers all, yes. Yeah, we are witnesses. I think we're gonna be able to help people. Let's see. I love all my ME family. I do too. Craig says, I sure hope that God has a special plan for my life to help people get rid of sin and understand the times and the need for salvation. Yes. Frequency of love. Yep. Love is the key. I mean, if you love people and, you know, I think look to something outside yourself, you know, a creator. I mean, not that, I mean, obviously you love yourself too, but, you know, I think that's very, very important. Well, yeah, I think we can, you know, lots of people in the Bible question God, you know, and they didn't get struck down dead for it if it was done in a way that was, you know, not mocking God. I think, you know, mocking God is dangerous, but if it's done in such a way, not mocking God, I think it's, you know, even Job asked God, you know, what did I do? And Job hadn't done anything, you know, and he got, you know, a bunch of calamities on him, you know, that God didn't do, you know, Satan did, but, you know, God did allow it, you know. Satan had to ask God's permission to, you know, to bring calamity upon Job. And God allowed it, but it wasn't God doing those things. And then, you know, he restored everything that Job had previously and then more. Oh, thank you, Lone Eagle. Have a great day. Peace. And I'm drinking my water. Everybody drink your water. All right. If nothing's stronger than love, then God must be love. He is pure love, and that's what I, wish people would know, is that I think God loves us in a way that we can't even imagine. That we can't even imagine. So, well, everyone, I need to go. I'm sorry to cut this. Oh, Svetlana. Well, the God of this reality is AI. Yeah, I'm sorry you just came in, or maybe I just now saw you, but I have family in town, and I need to, start doing some things for the day. But I will keep the chat open for a little while. Let's see. Craig says, look, yes, the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. From Psalms, yes. Yeah. So, but anyway, everyone, thanks for joining me this morning, and have a great day. Have a good Mother's Day if you have a mother, or if not, or give your wife something special if you're have children. So I have a 93-year-old grandmother. I'm and still living, so that's pretty special. And then my other grandma died just a few months, about a month ago. And then my mom, of course, is wonderful to me, so I love her as well. So everybody, hi, Candide, I'm getting off here. I'm sorry. I'm going to leave the chat open for a few minutes, though, you guys. But I hope everyone has a great day. I'll turn off the microphone, but I will leave the chat on for a little while. And everybody love each other and love all those around you. Bye-bye.